She faked a fire to get insurance money, so I made her start hearing voices in the walls. She lit the match that killed my sister and walked away richer for it. My sister Claire lived on the top floor of that crumbling apartment complex. She was already planning to move out, saving every penny, but she didn't get the chance. The fire started at 2:38 a.m. 4 tenants barely escaped through smoke and stairwells. Claire didn't. The investigation said faulty wiring, but I knew better. We all did. The building had been half empty, half condemned, and our lovely landlord, Marjorie Shaw, had been whining for months about ungrateful tenants and rising taxes. And then, suddenly, she's crying for the news cameras, standing outside with perfect makeup, sobbing about her beloved building. Within 6 weeks, she got her payout, $300,000, and Claire got a closed casket. I thought about killing her. I pictured it 1,000 ways, but Claire wouldn't have wanted that, so I found a better kind of punishment. Marjorie used part of the insurance money to buy a dream home in the quiet hills outside town. Big place, isolated, old, no neighbors close enough to hear anything. Perfect. I posed as a pest control worker and scoped it out a week before she moved in. Accessed the crawl space, attic, walls. I mapped the structure, the pipes, the old ductwork no one had touched in decades. This house had bones, creaky ones. With the right pressure, timing, sound, it could speak, and I taught it how. Week 1. 2 nights after she moved in, I started small. A soft tap, tap, tap in the ceiling above her bed at 3:13 a.m. The next night, it was water, dripping behind the walls in the hallway. Pipes she didn't have. Then a whisper, just one, while she brushed her teeth. Help me. She told herself it was the house settling. Week 2. I slipped in while she was out and placed an old baby monitor inside the wall vent in her living room. Nothing electronic on my end. It only played back a loop. Static, then faint giggling, then static again. She unplugged everything in the house trying to find the source. Week 3. I left a single child's shoe at the bottom of her stairs, burnt slightly at the toe. Claire's size. She called the cops, but there was no forced entry. No prints, nothing missing, just a shoe. The report was filed and forgotten, but Marjorie didn't forget. Week 4. I started scratching the walls while she slept, just long enough to make her wake up drenched in sweat. I rotated it. The sound moved room to room. She started sleeping with the lights on, then not sleeping at all. The realtor who sold her the place told me she came into the office crying, convinced someone else lived in the house. But the best part, she never suspected me. Week 5. I left a charred drawing in her mailbox, a child's crayon sketch of a house on fire. 3 stick figures standing outside, one still inside, waving. Written in the corner, in Claire's handwriting, why did you leave me? She didn't go outside for 3 days. In week 6, she brought in a psychic, some pale woman in beads and scarves. I watched from the trees while she walked through the house with her eyes closed, mumbling about cold spots and trapped souls. I didn't even need to do anything that night. She barely made it upstairs before she ran back out sobbing. The psychic said, the house doesn't want her here. I didn't want her there. Week 7, the final piece. I invited 2 realtors to visit the property on behalf of a buyer, using a burner phone and a fake name. I asked them to walk through the house, check the pipes, and evaluate it for resale. They didn't last 15 minutes. One came outside pale and shaking, said she heard a little girl's voice calling from inside the fireplace. Why'd you leave me in the fire? That was it. Marjorie listed the house for sale the next week, at a loss. She tried to move into a condo in the city, but the rumors followed her. A few concerned citizens posted on local forums, warning about her last building. One old tenant told a journalist she'd ignored fire codes. Nothing went viral. I didn't want attention. I wanted her to feel it slowly, like smoke under a door. She lost the money, she lost her reputation, and most importantly, she never slept right again. I left her one last gift before I disappeared, a birthday card, blank inside, except for one sentence, Claire remembers.